They don't care. I honestly think the people of that podcast and people like them, they get off on that shit, knowing that they have all this power. I can just say anything, and I know my fans or my viewers will go out there on my behalf, and I like my little minions and do what I tell them to do. Like, that shit is sick. Today, we're gonna be reacting to a video called YouTube's Most Disturbing Fandoms.
One fan unleashed a computer virus to thousands of people and gave them one way out: to subscribe to his favorite YouTuber.
That blows my mind because it's like, if you're able to do something like that, why not put your talents to good use and get paid for that shit? Like, I don't know. It's just me.
Another female YouTuber got death threats for having a boyfriend.
Wow, surprise, surprise. We haven't heard that one a million times before. That's literally just about any popular female streamer. Shit, you don't even have to be popular female streamer for that to happen to you.
These aren't trolls. These are real fans who would do anything for their favorite YouTubers, even if it means going to prison.
I beg to differ. I don't think those are fans. I think at that point, if you're doing that type of shit, you're not a fan of somebody. You're just obsessed with them. You're definitely not a fan.
To clarify, this video is not about every fan in these YouTube communities, nor is it always the fault of the YouTuber. It's about specific parts of these fandoms that take things too far.
Every fandom has that shitty small pocket of people who are just super weird and they take whatever that fandom is about way too serious.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and make sure you guys subscribe, and I will do my very best for you. I'm Visual Venture, and you are awesome. The fans who couldn't be controlled. Not everyone has heard of the H3 podcast, but if you end up on their bad side, you'll discover what their fan base is capable of. Each week, the show covers the latest influencers.
I don't know, H3 podcast, they have some fucked up fans, but at the same time, we can't act like they themselves haven't pushed their fans to do weird shit, and they haven't act weird themselves, man.
Or fights and scandals, but they do more than report. They comment, judge, and sometimes flat out insult people. But the real problem is not what gets said on the show, it's what happens afterward.
Before he even gets into it, I just want to say, like, these types of people, they know what they're doing when they make their content. They know exactly what their fans are like, and they know how the fans are going to react to certain things. And they take advantage of that without outright saying it, so that they have plausible deniability and be like, hey, we can't control what everybody's going to do. It's how a lot of people work. It's not just them, but it's a lot of, I don't want to name names, but there are other VTubers. Look at that Freudian slip. There are a lot of creators who do the same shit.
The podcast is Ethan Klein pointing to people who he wants his audience to harass and doxing random people.
The moment the show calls someone out, the H3 fan base moves like a mob. They hunt that person down online and attack. And because there's always a new controversy, there's always a new target. The cycle never stops. But one day the fans did something so reckless, it shocked even the producers.
And the thing that sucks about having this type of fandom is it's cool to have people at your beck and call doing what you want, but the minute you do some fucked up shit, oh, you better believe you're fucked, because now your own fandom that you created is going to collapse in on itself and come after you.
In November 2022, a streamer named Amaranth became a major topic online. During a live stream, she revealed that her marriage was falling apart. She also accused her husband of treating her badly. The news circulated online and reached the H3 podcast.
Didn't this whole thing turn out to be like not true or an act or something? I don't fucking know. I didn't pay attention to the situation like that closely, but I do remember it a little bit.
Hosts sat down to discuss it, and their audience was hooked.
That guy could be so unappreciative and ungrateful of having her as his wife.
The audience was furious on Amaranth's behalf. More importantly, they wanted to know who Amaranth's toxic husband was. One of the H3 producers claimed she knew his identity.
He's a music producer and songwriter, yeah.
God, I hope that man's life is ruined for this.
That's a crazy thing to say. Anyway, I feel like something when it comes to being a person who makes this type of content, either gossip content or the content where you're always focused on the negative topic of the week going on in the social media space, is that shit has got to be draining and get to you after a certain point, man. Like, you're just seeing all this negative shit and constantly talking about it. It's got to get to you at a certain point. I bet the views and money are good for sure. Oh, I'm for sure, certain that side of it is good. But eventually, I don't know, I would get depressed dealing with that shit all day.
I hope so too.
I hope she divorces ass and he gets nothing.
The producer then said the name on air: Nick Lee.
Give me his name.
Nick Lee.
Yeah, I don't give it. I want this guy's life ruined. Are you kidding me?
Now, I don't know Nick Lee or anything about him and all that stuff, but it's definitely it's a slippery slope when you go around saying or feeling like you have the power to ruin someone else's life over the internet. Like, that rubs me the wrong way. Does this person deserve it because they're a piece of shit? Sure, some people deserve the, the consequences of their own actions. But is that always up to an individual who is essentially a nobody for the most part? I don't care how many subscribers you get. Like, you're still just a regular person at the end of the day. You're not law enforcement. You're not, the judge or none of that shit. So that type of shit really, it's a slippery slope. I don't really fuck with it that much.
Even thought about showing his social media handle on screen. At the last moment, they paused.
Nick Lee. That is not a unique name whatsoever. So I just want to be very sure that we're not sending a mob of people after the wrong Nick Lee.
But the viewers weren't waiting for confirmation. They found a music producer named Nick Lee on social media. Then they shared his profile in the live chat. The producers tried to stop them.
The people that are sharing that account, I'm actually timing you out. That is literally a dox account that you're sharing.
You're doxing this person immediately from when you said his name, whether that's the right person or not. You knew what your audience was going to do. You shouldn't have been like, yeah, I want this person's life to get ruined. What's his name? Like, that's fucked up.
Sharing in our chat right now, so please stop spamming that.
And they're kind of just, it comes off as me, you're just saying that so you can have a defense for later if someone tries to come after you for doxing this person. That's the only thing I can think of. That's not a genuine thing.
Warning came too late. The mob already locked onto a target. And once that happens, there's almost nothing anyone can do to stop it. Within minutes of his name being mentioned, Nick Lee's life was in danger. His Instagram and Twitter blew up with messages. Hundreds of strangers accused him of horrible things. Some threatened to end his career. Others sent messages that were far, far worse. There was just one problem. The Nick Lee being attacked was not Amaranth's husband.
See, this is the shit I'm talking about, where you can't go around pointing your fingers at somebody you don't know for sure. Like, I'll be honest, I've talked about certain things on my other channel of certain big situations happening. Like, I've done that. I'm not saying I've never done that. I've done that before. I'm sure I'll do it in the future if it's something that I'm interested in. But I try to make it a point to not go around harassing people or telling someone to harass people and nothing like that. And usually I personally try to wait until all the information is out before I talk about a certain situation, because something like this happens way too often where everybody jumps the gun and it turns out the situation they thought it wasn't it.
He was a random music producer who shared the same name. The H3 podcast producers soon realized what was happening.
As I predicted, our fans are harassing the wrong person. And that's why I was saying, I know you were saying don't do it, but the idiots in our audience are always going to end up doing it.
Eventually, the producer who named him apologized.
It was definitely me. A Reddit thread led.
I'm gonna be honest with you, an apology isn't good enough. Like, all that shit you get, like, the people on internet there are some freaks on the internet and they will go really far off of like the littlest rumor. Like, apology, I'm sorry. Like, I might gotta sue you for that type of shit, man.
Me to the wrong place, and I should not have said his profession when I didn't know for sure.
Once fans realized the error, the attacks stopped. Some even posted apologies to the innocent Nick Lee.
It's too late.
The H3 podcast played a role in triggering that situation, and it was not an isolated case. The same thing happened with other people on other episodes.
He stated my real name no less than 17.
And like I said, people will go out of their way. Like, there's some freaks on the internet. They will immediately find your address, what you do, your friends, your family, all that shit, and dox you and send death threats. Like, I'm sorry, like, a simple apology it's not good enough.
Times, and also showed it on the screen a few dozen more times.
Each time, the pattern repeats. A name is mentioned, the fans react like a mob, and the person's life on the other end is now in danger. Our next chapter.
They don't care. I honestly think the people of that podcast and people like them, they get off on that shit, knowing that they have all this power and like, ooh, I can just say anything, and I know my fans or my viewers will go out there on my behalf, and I like my little minions and do what I tell them to do. Like, that shit is sick.
Is about a group of fans who found out where their favorite YouTuber lived and used it against them. The fans who couldn't accept reality.
And unfortunately, that is a very common thing. Once again, man, people are deranged.
Being a VTuber sounds like a dream job until fans turn on you. VTubers, or virtual YouTubers, are real people who stream as cartoon avatars. Their real identities are kept secret.
I'm so excited! I'm so excited! Okay, I'm so excited. I feel so alive right now.
I hate, this is a pet peeve of mine, and this is no, like, shade to any VTubers at all, I swear. But why is it whenever people who don't watch VTubers talk about VTubers, they always choose the most, like, how do I say this? Stereotypical VTuber clips of people acting a certain way, talking a certain way. They do that shit all the time. I don't know if it's on purpose or if it's just the fact that because they don't watch VTubers, they just the first thing they do, they go on YouTube and they search for the most popular clips and then they use that. That's a possibility. But there's so much more variety when it comes to VTubers. And when I see things like this, it always like irks me a little bit because it's like, come on, man. We're not all the same.
Fans see it for what it is, just entertainment. But for others, the line between fantasy and reality disappears. They don't see a cartoon character on a screen. They start to believe the VTuber is a real person in their life.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something I don't like about VTubing. While this happens with IRL content creators, I think because you don't actually see the person and you see an anime figure and people are already weird about anime characters to begin with, but now you get to interact with this anime girl online. It's like, wow, this is crazy. I think there are some people who can't discern reality from, fiction or whatever, or some people who are on the internet way too much in their life, in their day to day, and they start to really get weird about it and have feelings about this person. And they kind of forget this person is just a creator. I feel like that's the reason we see it happening so much more and weirdly in the VTubing space and the IRL space, even though it's still very prevalent in the IRL space.
Some fans even convinced them.
And seeing Camilla's model on screen actually just now, that reminded me of that story she told of her fan gave her I think it was like a stuffed animal, a plushie or something, but then they had the tracker in it. Like that shit is scary, man. Like people are fucking weird.
Themselves that the VTuber is their virtual girlfriend. That level of attachment can be dangerous. When something shatters that fantasy, those fans don't just get sad, they become furious. In the worst cases, they go after the real person behind the avatar. That's exactly.
And of course, it goes without saying, but this is not all the VTuber fans. It's just like the small, weird pocket of fans who are just terminally online and don't have much going on in their personal life.
Exactly what happened to Mano Aloe.
I never heard of this
Aloe
streamer.
began streaming as a VTuber in August 2020. During her first stream, she gained 100,000 subscribers.
That's crazy. This is what I'm talking about. Like in my previous video, I was like, I wonder what it was like to see VTubing back in 2020, back when, COVID was going crazy, everybody's in lockdown. Gaining 100,000 followers in your first stream is insane to think about. And that's like the power of what VTubing was because it was so new and people were like, holy shit, what is this, man?
Career was off to an incredible start.
I wonder how she's doing now.
But within days, it all came crashing down. Mano Aloe's fans discovered her real identity. And it was all because of a mistake she made months before her debut. Months earlier, Aloe tested her digital avatar on a personal account. She was supposed to delete the stream afterward, but she never did. Fans eventually found that old account. It was linked to all of her personal social media profiles. Just like that, the person behind the Mano Aloe avatar was exposed. In the VTuber world, the fantasy is everything.
This is why I'm surprised at the fact that it used to be when the internet was still, growing and it wasn't as normal in everyday life for everybody these days. People used to tell you all the time, don't give out your real name on the internet. Don't talk to strangers on the internet. Don't post pictures of yourself on the internet. You know what I mean? That was internet safety 101 used to be the biggest thing ever because everyone was scared like, oh, if I tell them my name, they're going to find me and it's going to be some creep or whatever. And bad things are going to happen. And I feel like in this current day and age of the internet, people have lost their idea or the sense of internet safety. And a lot of people, they don't care. It scares me when I see people do certain things online or they post their location or all that type of shit, or they use their real name for their accounts. Like that shit, I don't know, that shit is kind of scary. And I'm not saying it's this VTuber's fault. She made a mistake and people were fucking freaks and they found her information. I'm just saying it still blows my mind whenever I see people have poor internet safety these days.
Breaking it is a big deal. Since they knew who she was, fans reviewed her social media history. They didn't like what they saw. Some posts were considered inappropriate. There were also
That was a crazy thing to say. I have such a nasty smell. What?
Posts suggesting she had a boyfriend. To some of her fans, that felt like a deeper betrayal, and they went after her. They found phone numbers from Mano Aloe and her suspected boyfriend. Then they called nonstop day and night.
I want to say, I think it would be better for female VTubers if they are in a relationship to kind of just say it up front so you can avoid this situation. But at the same time, people are going to be freaks no matter what. And you shouldn't have to give up your personal information if you don't want to. People should be able to accept this for what it is. It's just entertainment and not be weird about it. In a perfect world, it would be like that. I don't know what the answer is to this. I don't if there's anything. I think you just have to be super private about whatever you do, no matter what, especially if you're a VTuber.
Alloway's agency finally got involved, but instead of defending her, they asked her to apologize. She did.
That's
大変ご
crazy.
迷惑をおかけしてしまい、本当に申し訳ございません。この件に関しては、カバー株式会社の厳重注意があり、
You know, I said earlier, I wonder how she's doing these days. I could only imagine something like this would rub me the wrong way. I'm being put into like a weird situation where someone found my information. I could be scared for my life. And then the corpo that I work for is telling me to apologize. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what I would do.
In the same video, she
Shit would make me want to quit. I'm not gonna lie.
asked fans to stop the harassment, doxing, and bullying.
特定があまりにも進んでしまって、現在家の固定電話に電話がかかってきたり。
She also
This shit's
revealed her agency
ridiculous.
was suspending her for 2 weeks.
What? I can't believe that. Like I said, this shit would make me just not want to stream anymore and just say, fuck it, I'm going back to living my life or whatever. I don't know, man.
She probably hoped things would settle down. It didn't. Barely a week later, another video surfaced from Alloway's old account. It showed her criticizing the VTuber industry.
そうだからダメだよ、ほんまに。ブラックすぎるというか、束縛が激しい事務所に行ったら。やばいよ、恋愛禁止だすね。
She also made offensive comments about other VTubers. The fans were furious. They felt she was being disloyal and
I don't know. She kind of has a point. I don't know exactly what she said, but you know, this space isn't that great. And imagine when it first came out or VTubing first came out and there was no rules or nothing like that. Like I could imagine it was much worse.
ungrateful. Many demanded she be fired immediately. By that point, Mano Alloway had enough. 2 weeks of online attacks were too much for her. On August 31st, 2020, she quit VTubing.
And I don't
for
blame
good.
her.
In a statement, she said she was not physically or mentally prepared to continue with her activities.
That's another thing that I didn't talk about. Like I said, getting 100,000 subscribers and stuff on your debut or whatever, that's cool. But at the same time, you have to be prepared to have that many eyes on you when it comes to content creation. That's why I think it's better to grow slowly over time than to get lucky or be in a position where you go from zero to overnight success like immediately like that. Because the advantage of growing slowly over time, you're able to mentally prepare yourself to deal with content creation as a whole, especially having more eyes on you. Slowly but surely getting used to it and learning how to deal with harassment and negative comments and all that type of stuff that comes along with it. It takes time to build that thick skin and that type of thing. But when you go from overnight success to nothing, it's like, oh, this is amazing. And then soon after you start to see, oh, this is fucking crazy. I don't know how to deal with this. And it can lead to burnout and shit like this.
Mano Alloway came into VTubing with a dream. Instead, she was pushed out by
I feel
fans
bad for
who
her,
had
man.
zero tolerance for mistakes. Our next chapter is about a group of fans whose loyalty to a creator eventually led to a real-world tragedy. The fans who hacked the world. This is a story about fans who broke the law to get subscribers for a YouTube channel.
That's
but this
fucking
was
crazy.
no ordinary crime. They used cyber terrorism tactics. For
This shit blows my mind because it's like, you're using your powers for stupid shit. You're using your skills for stupid shit. You know what I mean? There's other things you could be using that talent for, but you want to use it to get a YouTuber subscribers who probably doesn't even need your help. Come on, man.
years, PewDiePie had the most subscribers on YouTube, but in late 2018, a channel called
I remember
T-Series
this dumb
started
shit.
closing the gap.
Who is this T-Series channel? This channel will pass PewDiePie. I'm number one! I'm number one!
So we've covered the situation multiple times in the past, but this one is different. The rivalry is not the main focus here. What matters is how PewDiePie's fans reacted.
I'm surprised I didn't hear about this before because I remember seeing this whole situation with the T-Series, blah, 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 the subscriber thing, but I didn't know it went this far.
His fans launched a campaign to keep PewDiePie at #1. Most
There's
fans
no
made
way.
videos and posts asking others to subscribe.
Having this loyal fan base, it seems cool, but then it's also scary because that's a lot of fucking responsibility. Something as small as a subscriber count can have people in the streets trying to get you more subscribers. Like, there's no way, man. That's a scary amount of power for a YouTuber, for any content creator, man.
But some extreme fans felt that wasn't enough. Instead of asking, they wanted to force people to subscribe. In 2018, a hacker calling himself Hacker Giraffe logged onto a site called Shodan. Shodan is basically a search engine, but instead of finding websites, it finds vulnerable devices connected to the internet. That includes printers, cameras, and smart TVs with no power.
That shit is fucking scary, man. Like, this is what I was talking about before. The cameras and like the Internet of Things, like that shit scares me. In my home, like I try not to have anything connected to the internet that I don't need to. Like, you have everything that connects to the internet these days, like fucking refrigerators. Why do you need a refrigerator connected to the internet? You know what I'm saying? Like, certain devices need to stay dumb devices. You know, not everything needs to have internet access. I'm sorry.
Password protection. Hacker Giraffe found about 800,000 unsecured printers worldwide. He selected 50,000 of them as targets. Then he hacked into all of them at once. After gaining access, he made every printer produce a poster. People around the world were stunned as their printers suddenly came to life.
What?
Part of the message read, PewDiePie is in trouble and he needs your help to defeat T-Series. Subscribe to PewDiePie. The internet reacted immediately. Thousands posted about it on social media.
I wonder if this person got caught or whatever, or if they were from the States. Because if they're from the States, this is a serious situation, like hacking people shit like this, man.
One tweet read, so this just randomly printed on one of our work printers. I think PewDiePie has hacked our system.
And that's another thing. Now PewDiePie is going to get linked to this. It's like these type of fans are the fans that make the creator look bad. Not that PewDiePie needed that help because he had his own situations, but you know what I'm saying. If you're going this hard from your fans, it's okay. Okay, it's okay to be a diehard fan of somebody and want them to do better and see them improve and see their channels grow and stuff. But when you take it a step far, it's like, okay, you're not even a fan at that point. You're just obsessed. You're a weirdo, man. Like, why the hell are you doing this?
Others made videos reacting to it.
They hacked a series of printers to print out sheets telling people to subscribe to PewDiePie. Again, amazing.
Even PewDiePie found it amusing, but he was careful with his response.
That's what I need. That's what I'm talking about. All this support to keep me on top is so funny. Just don't do anything illegal.
But
it's kind of too late. Just don't do anything illegal. At least he came out and said something. But still, I don't know.
Hacker Giraffe wasn't finished. He and his allies hacked into 65,000 smart TVs around the world.
It's only going to escalate because he said he didn't immediately condemn it. You know, he came off like he was kind of entertained by it. He thought it was cool. He should have been way more strict from the get-go because the shit was only going to escalate from there.
Suddenly, the same message appeared on TV screens inside people's homes.
Yeah, nah, fuck
PewDiePie,
that.
the #1 most subscribed channel on YouTube, is about to be overthrown by Indian music company T-Series. Please go to YouTube and subscribe to him.
You know how pissed off I would be if I turned on my TV and this shit was playing and I couldn't do nothing to stop it? I'd be so fucking mad, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
ASAP.
They also targeted the Wall Street Journal. To many PewDiePie fans, the Wall Street Journal was the enemy because they published stories criticizing PewDiePie in the past. They hacked the Wall Street Journal website and left this message. The Wall Street Journal would like to apologize to PewDiePie. Due to misrepresentation by our journalists, those of whom have now been fired, we are sponsoring PewDiePie to reach maximum subscribers and beat T-Series to 80 million.
And this is what I'm talking about. This shit is extremely illegal. So I wonder like which part of the world these hackers are from or if they ever got caught.
Crime spree made headlines. The hackers were blamed for causing chaos, but Hacker Giraffe argued he was doing people a favor. He claimed he was exposing how weak their security really was.
Yeah, how many times has that excuse been used over the years from people doing illegal shit and pretending, oh, I'm doing you a favor? It's like, get your head out your ass, man. You know you shouldn't be doing this shit in the first place. And if you were so concerned about it in the first place, you would go to the right sources and tell people like, hey, I found this vulnerability, blah, blah, blah. You should do something about it. Not use it to fucking help PewDiePie grow and print shit and lock people's TVs up. Like, come on, man.
Bad hackers could have stolen files, installed malware, and caused physical damage. He claimed it was a warning. Other hackers soon followed his footsteps. A few months later, a computer virus called PewCrypt appeared online. It was created by another PewDiePie fan. When PewCrypt...
Like, hackers are so funny to me, man. Like, they have all this capability and skill to do shit, and they always use it for dumb shit like this. And they're so, some of them are just so self-fucking righteous, like they're doing the world a favor. It's like, oh, I'm a hacker, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, they do dumb shit like this instead of using their power for something good. If you're gonna do illegal hacking shit, then do something to actually help people. You know what I mean? Stop using it for dumb shit like this. You're not as cool as you think you are. I promise.
Infected a computer, it locked every file on the device. Photos, documents, and videos became completely inaccessible. Usually, ransomware hackers demand money. This one demanded something else. The ransom message said that if PewDiePie reached 100 million subscribers before T-Series, the files would be unlocked. If
Remember, people, make constant backups of your computers at home. So if you ever get a stupid ass ransomware like this, I doubt it'll ever happen again, but who knows? But if you ever get a shitty ransomware like this and your computer's locked, you just install your Windows and go back about your fucking day and pretend it never happened.
Not, the files would be deleted forever. To save their files, everyone needed to subscribe to PewDiePie. Security experts confirmed the virus was real. At the time, there were no tools capable of cracking it. Infected users could only wait and hope. Eventually, programmers created a decryption tool for the virus, and the files were unlocked. Everyone heaved a sigh of relief.
Shout out to those people actually using their powers and their skills for something good to help people and not be a creep asshole on the internet infecting people's computers for some stupid ass reason.
However, the situation was about to get much worse. In March 2019, a violent incident occurred at a public place in New Zealand. Before it happened, the culprit looked into a camera and said, "Subscribe to PewDiePie."
Wait, how have I never heard about this? Where the fuck have I been? This is an insane story. I'm flabbergasted.
Multiple lives were lost. Now, I want to clarify that he was most likely not a real fan, just a terrible individual. When PewDiePie heard it, he was horrified.
I don't know. I think none of these people are real fans. If you're going this far and doing extreme shit like sending out viruses and ransomware and stuff like that, you're not a fan. You're just using it to cover shit up. You're a creep. You're an asshole.
He tweeted that he was absolutely sickened by having his name linked to the incident. Days later, he asked his fans to end the campaign.
This was all made to be fun, but it's clearly not fun anymore. It's clearly gone too far.
What started as fans rallying behind a creator turned into hacking, ransomware, and a real-world tragedy.
Yeah, he definitely should have shut this shit down early. Like I said before, when the whole printer thing started, that's when he should have dropped like a serious video and be like, listen, don't do any of this shit. This shit is not that serious. I'm just having fun with the other YouTuber account. Please, back the fuck off, man, because that's crazy that it got this far.
The person in our next chapter received death threats against their family and their animals, and the police couldn't stop it. The fans who defended everything. Colleen Ballinger, also known as Miranda Sings, didn't just have subscribers.
Ew.
She had a cult-like following with millions of fans. Her channel had 10.6.
Wait, I remember this. I almost fucking said something messed up. I remember this person, man. This is the person with the ukulele, right?
7 million subscribers. Most of them were teenagers who idolized her.
Today I'm going to be trying lots of different Asian snacks. Someone sent me all these. I don't know where they're from.
Her fan base even had a name, the Fandoms. But in 2020, her family-friendly image was challenged.
I am so glad I am not obsessed with nobody. There's no content creator on this planet that I am ride or die for like that. Like, don't get me wrong, I got my favorite creators and I want to support them and see them grow and shit like that. But I have never, I promise you, I will never be like on the internet crying and defending somebody for some fucked up shit that they did, man, or whatever the case may be.
Teenage fan accused her of inappropriate behavior. His name was Adam McIntyre, and he posted a YouTube video explaining his experience. Adam showed the text messages and personal items Colleen sent him.
This was what I was sent.
Ew.
No, sorry, I don't know which way
Yeah, I remember this too, this situation. This one was fucking weird.
this goes. This is what I was sent, okay.
Many viewers believed him based on the evidence, but Colleen's fans did not. To them, Adam was not a victim. He was just someone trying to take down their favorite creator. So
Of course, that's when you have a army of fucking teenagers. Like, there's no reason in your brain. When you're a teenager, you have no reasoning. You don't give a shit. You're just, the one thing teenagers want more than anything is being able to fit in and find a group of people that accept them. That's like the number one thing every teenager wants. Like, that's no secret. So of course they're gonna react like this. What do you expect?
they decided to silence him. Adam was a well-known member of Colleen's fan base. He was active in group chats and fan spaces. He had real friends within the community. The moment he spoke out, he was dropped from those groups. Friends he trusted cut him off overnight. Then the attack started. Colleen's fans dug through everything Adam ever posted online. They wanted anything to discredit him. Some created long threads trying to debunk his claims.
This shit is scary. So, like, you have to be careful with the shit you post on the internet because it's forever. And people will do shit like this they don't even need a reason to do shit like this. They could just be bored and they're like, hey, I don't like this person. Let me dig up all their fucking history on the internet and find something to hurt them with. Like, it's no joke.
The pressure kept building. It got so bad that Adam disabled comments on his YouTube video. So Colleen's fans moved to Twitter. Every day, Adam received insults and threats. Adam fought back the only way he could. He posted follow-up videos, shared more screenshots, and explained his side.
And my thing is, like, what are you even doing when you're a target of this type of situation? Like, you could just turn off your computer and walk away, but like, it's like you need the internet for everything for everyday life. And it's like, especially if you're a content creator and people are dogpiling you and you know you're innocent, that shit fucking sucks because you can lose your career for something that you had nothing to do with, or maybe something it can permanently damage you in the long run. Like, this shit is so stupid.
People were saying that after she posted her video addressing everything, that I was a liar because she came out and addressed everything, but she just didn't deny anything.
But speaking out made things worse. The more he explained, the more he was attacked. This was no longer about defending Colleen. It became about destroying Adam's life. By the end of 2020, it seemed like the fandom silenced him. But the situation was not over. It turned out Adam wasn't alone. More fans came forward accusing Colleen of behaving inappropriately with them. Because of Colleen's popularity, the story spread fast.
I was gonna say, like, why didn't these people come out when old boy was at the peak of his harassment? Like, why didn't they step in then? But I guess at the same time, when you think about it, they didn't want to get what he was getting. So, you know, I can't be mad at them for being too scared to say anything. But still, that sucks. Like, if that was me, I would have liked to have somebody who was in the same situation as me, you know, back me up and let people know I'm not crazy.
Uncovered it. Other YouTubers made videos about it. It even made it to the news.
Colleen Ballinger, who's better known as her online persona Miranda Sings, is facing significant backlash. She's been accused of having inappropriate relationships with some of her underage fans.
Yeah, once you get hit by the daily news as a content creator, it's up for you. It's a wrap. You got to say something at that point.
Colleen's reputation began to collapse, but her most loyal fans refused to change their view. Even as new accusers came forward, some...
This is off topic, but I wonder what it's like being a type of creator who's like has a persona as their content and they're completely different. I guess you could apply this to VTubers, but I mean in a space where you got to physically dress up every time you make a video. That's just got to be so fucking annoying. Like with VTubers, you just got to throw the shit on your computer and do what you got to do. But like if you're somebody who's got to actually wear a wig, a specific wig or outfit or makeup or whatever, every time you make content, that shit's got to be annoying as hell. I know it.
Still blamed Adam for everything, and they were set on destroying him for good. They posted tweets calling Adam an attention seeker. They accused him of working for years to finally get this moment to ruin Colleen for no good reason.
And that's not crazy to you? You really think people sit around? I guess people do. That's not too crazy to think about. But like, I find it hard to believe that people sit around and pretend to be a part of something, a group or whatever, a fandom, for years, only to get some power because they've been plotting and then now they can destroy it from the inside. That's insanity to me.
And things escalated. People started creating fake evidence against Adam. One post was made to look like Adam admitting he lied. Adam later found that fake post online.
And this shit is scary because now with AI, people can copy your voice. They can make videos of you saying shit you've never even said before. It's just like, this shit is scary. It's gotten so bad. In fact, I'm surprised we haven't already seen some type of scandal of somebody doing that already. Knock on wood, I hope it doesn't happen anytime soon.
And admit that I am guilty of everything that has happened. I want to make this right with a...
Some wanted to hurt Adam in real life. They threatened to send SWAT teams to Adam's house.
We currently have a team getting ready to SWAT your house. Your address is located and threats will be sent. Go against Colleen and this is what will happen to you.
What do you even do in that situation? Like, can you contact the police and be like, hey, listen, people are threatening to SWAT me. Maybe if, you know, you get any type of calls from somebody, check in with me first, or maybe don't send a whole goddamn SWAT team to my house. Maybe send some officers just to make sure. Like, I don't know, man.
Harassment continued for 3 years. Eventually, Adam reached his limit. To protect himself, Adam filed a report with the police. Then he made a video warning the fans to back off.
All of this has stemmed because of the amount of doxing, swatting, death threats, threats to my family, threats to my animals.
The police report didn't stop the attack.
I feel bad for this dude. I wonder how this person is doing. Like, maybe I should go back and check these people's pages just for my own like entertainment. Might be the wrong word, but for my own interest to see what they're doing these days, or if they stopped because the internet has fucked them over so bad they just felt like they didn't want to be a part of it anymore.
But while Adam was dealing with that, Colleen was dealing with her own hate. In
The
June
fucking
2023, she made
ukulele, oh
an
my
apology
goodness.
video to try and save her career. But instead of a straightforward statement, she pulled out a ukulele and sang.
Like, what was going through her fucking mind to think this was how you do it? This is the best way to address a serious fucking topic. To play the ukulele and sing a dumbass song? Like, some people are messed up. Some people just, maybe it's being on the internet so long, your brain is fried, and you don't know what's normal and what's acceptable in a certain situation, or maybe she has no PR training. I don't fucking know, but for the life of me, I cannot figure out why she thought this was a good idea.
I've been wanting to come online and talk to you about a few things, even though
Maybe she just didn't take it serious and she thought she was untouchable, so she did this silly shit.
my team has strongly advised me to not say what I want to say. I recently
She had a team, which just makes it even crazier because you had people telling you don't fucking do this, and you went out and you fucking did it. Oh my goodness.
realized that they never said that I couldn't sing.
The video was widely criticized. It came off as sarcastic and defensive. Some called it one of the worst apologies on YouTube. And for the first time, her fan base—
Is this video still up? I wonder if this video is still up. I mean, I'm sure somebody re-uploaded it at some point, but I wonder if she still has it on her channel, or if she even has a channel anymore.
could not control the narrative. Colleen's career collapsed, but many of the fans who targeted Adam still support her today. The person in her next chapter was so afraid of a YouTuber's fans, they considered abandoning their home. The fandom that took revenge too far. SS Sniper Wolf has a fan base that treats her like she can do no wrong. She has
I
over
think I know what this
35
situation
million
is.
subscribers on YouTube. With that many fans, it's no surprise that some of them are aggressive. And
you know what's funny? I don't hear too much about her anymore these days. I'm sure she's still making content just fine, but there was a point where she was all over the internet. And all anybody was talking about was her. Like, it's strange how hard the internet can go on somebody or a situation, and then the next day it's like it never happened.
that aggression has caused a lot of problems on the internet. One of SS Sniper Wolf's biggest rivals was a fellow creator, Aziland. The conflict started because their thumbnails looked similar. Both accused the other of copying their style.
Oh, come on, man. This is silly. I was thinking of a different situation. This is crazy. You're just making surprise faces in your thumbnails. Everybody does that. That's not a unique thing. Like, that's silly. Come on, man. You could be focused on getting this money and making YouTube videos, and you're worried about another person having a similar thumbnail as you. Let's be fucking for real.
Most people might have let something like that go. These two didn't. In 2023, Aziland gave an interview and made the feud worse. She claimed SS Sniper Wolf stole her life. That statement triggered the fan base. They left hateful comments on Aziland's videos. They made TikToks comparing the two creators, trying to prove—
Okay, I guess this is a little similar. I can see where she's going from, but like, I don't know. I feel like if I was in a situation and someone was copying my thumbnails like that, I don't know if I would care that much. I feel like unless it got to a point where it's like, okay, they're literally copying everything I do, how I act, like everything that I do on stream or on video or whatever, then sure, it would get to that point. But they're just like watching the same videos as me and be making surprise faces. I mean, whatever, man. Do you? I can't even get mad.
Aziland was the copycat. The attacks kept coming day after day. Eventually, it escalated to threats.
It's like, you don't deserve to live because you've stolen from this person and ruined their life.
Aziland described the situation, saying it's become like hell. I can't avoid it even if I try. Eventually, she stopped posting altogether.
This is a classic example of, or maybe this isn't it, but one thing I'll say is sometimes you gotta really pick your battles, man. Like I'm saying, like if someone was copying my thumbnails, whatever, man. It would get annoying, and I guess maybe at a certain point I would say something. If it's like literally every single time I uploaded, fine, maybe I'll say something. But something like that, I feel like isn't worth getting all riled up for and creating this big outrage campaign. It's just not necessarily worth the headache.
Her last video was in September 2023, but Aziland wasn't the only person SS Sniper Wolf's fans attacked. Another target had it much worse. A YouTuber named Jax Films.
This is what I was talking
about.
This was a situation I was talking about that was all over the place. I didn't really know about that previous one.
with SS Sniper.
And also, can I say, it's kind of crazy that she just gave up her whole content creation career, at least according to this video, and stopped uploading because of that. Like, come on. Really gonna throw that all down the drain because of that situation? Maybe apologize. I don't fucking know. But in my opinion, I don't think it was worth it.
He thought her reaction videos were lazy, low-effort content, so he made parody videos mocking her content. SS Sniper Wolf didn't like it, so she decided to respond. In October 2023,
meanwhile, here I am making reaction content. Like, let it be known, my opinion on reaction content is, I don't think it's a terrible thing. Of course, maybe that's coming off as bias because I make reaction videos on this channel. But I think as long as you're putting effort to actually have a conversation in video and try to add to it, then, you know, it's transformative. It's mostly fine. If somebody reaches out to you and say they're not comfortable with you doing it, then maybe you should use doing it on their content. Then maybe, you know, respect the creator and don't do it. That's how I feel. Also, I have a rule where, well, I have two rules that I try to apply to myself when making content, when I'm doing reactions, is I try not to react to something that was just uploaded that day. I try to give it some space to do its own thing. Not that I'm a big creator and I'm going to take views for them, but I try to respect that, give them a couple, you know, give them time. And two, I try to only react to things I know I can have valuable input on. You know, like, I find it makes for more entertaining videos all around, and it makes me more excited to make content and helps me make the video more transformative when I'm actually talking about what's going on and I have my own thoughts and opinions on the situation.
She posted an Instagram story. She was standing outside Jax Films' house filming it. She added,
"This was weird.
Let's talk like adults." Jax Films found out during a live stream.
She's literally right outside your house.
Oh my god!
This is happening right. Call the police.
She deleted the post soon.
Yeah, that shit was actually weird. Like, why would you even do that? I don't know, maybe, like, I'm not gonna pretend I have all the answers, but I'm sure at some point, maybe he reached out to her. I'm sure he must have at some point reached out to her and like, let's talk about this. Maybe he didn't, I could be wrong, but I feel like if it went as far as it did, there's no way at some point he didn't try to, you know, get in contact, or she tried to get in contact with him. I just don't believe it.
After, but screenshots were already spreading online, and it contained Jax Films' home address, and now everyone knew where Jax Films lives. The next day, he uploaded a video. SS Sniper Wolf came to our home last night. It's time for YouTube to step in.
No, it's not time for the YouTube to step in. It's time for the police to step in. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? It's time for YouTube to step in. Oh my God, that shit blowing my mind. I guess what he was trying to say, should this not get her channel removed for this type of behavior? And I guess so, right? I'm sure it goes across against a bunch of YouTube rules and regulations to do that type of shit. But like, I'd be more concerned about calling the cops.
He was upset.
No one
of course
should
he
feel
was.
unsafe in their own home. And thanks to Sniper Wolf, my wife and I now do.
He and his wife considered moving just to feel safe again. But as they were about to find out, the worst was yet to come.
That shit sucks because moving fucking sucks. Okay, it is not a fun experience, and to have to move on short notice is even worse. That's out of control. I'd be furious.
On social media, people were upset about Jax Films getting doxxed.
She has created a situation where someone from her very devoted audience could do something very stupid and very terrible.
Users called on YouTube to punish SS Sniper Wolf. Then something unusual happened. A wave of Twitter accounts appeared out of nowhere, and they had one job: aggressively defend SS Sniper Wolf.
This is what makes me believe that there's definitely bot account farms out there that you can buy and have them just like dox people or have them at your disposal to do whatever you want on social media. Like, you ever see the Superman movie where they have like the monkeys just like in the computers in the cages? Like, I think that's a real thing, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Anyone who criticized her got attacked, but this went way beyond arguments. These accounts began doxing people. Basically, if someone would criticize SS Sniper Wolf, soon after, their private information would appear online. The situation was becoming chaotic. Then YouTube stepped in. They temporarily demonetized SS Sniper Wolf's channel because
I don't know if that's enough. I feel like if anybody else did that, if I did that shit, my account would be deleted, no fucking questions asked. And too bad, so sad, you know, deal with it. But I think because she was a bigger YouTuber, maybe she has some connections or whatever the case may be, YouTube kind of just slapped her on her wrist for putting somebody's life in danger. Like, this is fucking crazy.
YouTube's terms of service prohibit threats or doxing. It was a small victory for Jax Film. SS Sniper Wolf later apologized for filming outside Jack's house, but the apology didn't undo any of it. Azzyland was already chased off the internet. Jack and his family were in danger in their own home, and random people were doxed just for speaking up.
Yeah, I don't think that's something you can just apologize for. Like, you can't just dox somebody's location and be like, I'm sorry. Like, it's just the lack of common sense and common decency to go to somebody's house and then post their address type shit. Like, come on, man, there's no way.
Fans believed they were protecting their creator. In reality, they were making life unbearable for other internet users. These fandoms didn't start out dangerous. They started out as people who just really loved something. But somewhere along the way, love turned into obsession. And obsession turned into destruction. My friends, being a fan is fine. Becoming a weapon is not.
That's what I'm saying, yo. Shout out to Visual Venture, another amazing video. He basically just said what I've been saying. There's a thin line between being a hardcore fan with somebody and just being an obsessed stalker weirdo of somebody, or even something like a fandom. But I'm gonna leave the link to his channel in the original video in the description if you wanna watch it without me talking over it. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you in the next video.